Snubs to the Rockets. For the love of the chopsticks. Ran up from the plug and I pop shit. Faced with immeasurable odds. Some of you niggas found pleasure in God. Measuring rod, the treasure they jobs. Athletic build, moving with purpose. Tapped in a magnetic fields, moving with serpents. Took my brokers a stroker. Al Roker couldn't predict the storms that followed, the porn that followed. Same a tree that formed for Rollo. We made it rain and we burnt muddy. Bentley truck, interior, burnt honey. Anyway, I'll take respect over riches any day. I'll take neck from the riches any day. Penny weight, that's a neck full of riches any straight. Shifting through paradigms, the color of Geechee Dan. Drifting through the Carolines, Gullah in the Geechee land. Time will tell. We move around at 33rd parallels, like Coney Island carousels. Fell asleep at Roswell, woke up in Cozumel. Pyramid hopping, chariot shopping. Number one seller, author of conscious fiction. Composition, confidence dripping. Continent drifting, a walking contradiction with a contradiction. Brooms and mops, Mr. Clean, we conquered the kitchen. Facts and fiction, contrary to popular predictions. Red pill, popping your prescription, stopping your addictions. Yeah, bitch, I'm with the hoes. Black magic, yeah, bitch, I'm with the zones. Anything goes, cooking in Brooklyn, cocaine to push. New strains of the Kush, we call that Hussein in the bush. We from distant lands. Hold on, sound effect. I need better bomb effects. We gotta work this shit out. But anyway, peace to the family, love and light to the family. Peace to you and yours. You are now rocking with this best. This is your brother Red Pill. Reporting live and direct. Episode 57 of Melanin Monday. You best to believe it. Let me get a roll call from the family in the building while we wait for these numbers to jump. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Shout out to Empress B in the building. First and foremost, I got to give a shout out to my moderator holding it down. Salute to you. Salute to you in the building. Salute to Queens in the building. Albuquerque in the building. Naptown in the building. West Phoenix. Seattle. Tucson, Arizona. Delaware. Tennessee. PA in the building. Salute to Philadelphia. Philadelphia in the building. Texas in the building. Japan, by way of Boston, I see you. Savannah, San Diego, Chi-Town, DMV in the building, 505 in the building, the Cannabis Farms, 505 Cannabis Farms. I need a package, you know what I'm saying? A brother's kind of dry. All I'm smoking is incense, you know what I mean? Oh, Belize is in the building. Savannah, Georgia in the building. New Orleans is in the building. LA, it's okay if you're in Vegas. That's right down the road. Vegas in the building. You already. Norfolk, Virginia in the building. I already know it's Fields of Green. Jersey in the building. North Click in the building. Louisville, Kentucky in the motherfucking building. I love Louisville. Y'all gave us a lot of love when we came out there like 2 years ago. They rolled it out. Yes, facts. 2020, food, art, clothing, technology, shelter. Go to Black Magic 363 to get a preview of it and become a patron to see the whole 3-hour presentation. Connecticut in the building, Detroit in the building. Shout out to the D. All right, I might be out there next weekend, first Saturdays or the third Saturdays. I'll keep you updated. We might be doing a pop-up shop in the D in Detroit. I'll keep y'all updated. Fort Worth, Texas. South Florida in the building. H-Town in the building. Cali in the building. West Philly in the building. Oakland in the building. Louisiana. Okay. Oh, Miami in the building. What's goody, Miami? Yeah, we coming back to H-Town soon. Do I have any rental properties? Me personally? No, but I do know people who may have some rental properties. Hit me on the inbox.
at Empress Empress B40. Empress B is in the she's the moderator. She'll give you my IG name. She'll give you the IG name and you can tap into that. Okay? And when you get the IG name, you can come and hit me on a DM. You could slide in the DM with any inquiries or anything that you want to build on. And you could also email me. That's the best way. OKC. Oh, OKC in the building. All right. Yeah, Pan African Film Festival in LA. Blue Pill came out to LA right after Vegas. He should have known about that. All right. Shout out to the global family. You know what I mean? Shout out to the globe. Let me see if this. Tell me when I turn this light off. Tell me if. Tell me if this is okay, cause I don't know. This shit is mad bright. You know what I mean? It's like an interrogation light. The ring light. This shit is mad bright. So let me know if there's any difference when I turn the light off. Cause if we don't need this light, I'm turning this shit off. Is it a big difference? Yeah, it's a big difference. Shit got real dark. Hold on. Nah, shit got real dark. You sure? Yeah. We gotta get the lighting right, guys. You gotta turn that light back on. Yeah, I need some shine. I don't want my shit looking murky. You feel me? Yeah, we back. It's just bright as hell. Yeah, big difference. Big things are going. Big things are going. All right. So, before I begin the program tonight, I have to begin it on a somber note. I don't like to necessarily start out conversations on a somber note, but you know, we live in this world where people make their exit, and people make their exit sometimes before their time. And I don't know what before their time even means, because timing is, you know, everybody has a time. We are taught when we were young that everyone's supposed to live to be older or elders or grandparents, grandfathers, and that's not necessarily the case, right? So everybody who knows me personally, they know that I'm a avid battle rap fanatic fan, right? Like battle rap, you know, is a saving grace to me because I'm a hip hop aficionado. I'm a hip hop connoisseur, right? I love hip hop. I live by hip hop. The shit goes through my veins. I know a lot of people that's like, oh, I don't listen to hip hop anymore, and I listen to, you know, some people just start listening to fucking Taylor Swift and all of this other stuff, getting away from hip hop because of the misogyny and the violence and the mumble and whatnot. And I understand, and I'm not here to convert anybody or say that you need to be like me and you're not cool. If that's what you do, then that's what you do. Me personally, I just thugged it out, and I had to, like, we had ancestors that had to go through the mud. Harriet Tubman had to go through the underground to free niggas. So sometimes you got to just go through to get where you're going. And I stick by rap music and hip hop. Hip hop is the culture, right? So I'll never abandon the culture because I don't really have much else after the culture that I grew up, and this culture shaped me and fashioned me, and I got a lot of the my spirit is attracted to it. So I'm not gonna throw it away to try to get with some other shit in my 40s. Like I listen to jazz. I grew up on jazz. Every time I go to my father's house, that's all he plays. Soul music. I grew up on soul music. Like I tell people before, I'm of a special generation. I'm a 75 baby. So hip hop was founded in 73. In my household and in the society that I belong to, hip hop was an outcast, you know what I mean? It was outcasted people, it was not popular. Some of you niggas was born into a world where hip hop was on commercial TV, it was on the radio, it was accepted. I wasn't born into that world. I was born into the world where we fought to make that shit what it was. Hip hop don't didn't grow legs on its own. Hip hop didn't fucking it didn't receive its fanfare with empty auditoriums. It was the people who pushed it. It was the people who breathed life into it. It was the people who continue to make it what it is. And now we find ourselves 45 years into the art, and this art is considered to be the number one genre in the world. And not only is it the number one genre in the world, it's been highlighted on multiple articles, something that you could go to Google and find for your own research, that there's been scientific studies and there's all kind of white papers and other scientific collegiate top colleges came out and said that the genre of hip hop is the most powerful genre ever to be created in music because of the use of vocabulary. And people will be like, the use of vocabulary, them Negroes don't be saying nothing. And that goes to show you, who may have said that you have no understanding. You should just exit the culture if that's how you feel. Go listen to K-pop. You feel me? Go listen to fucking Latin trap or some merengue. Leave us alone. Go listen to Afro beats, nigga. I'm in love with you. I'm so in love. Go and listen to that shit. You know what I mean? Go do the tick tick dance. But what you don't know is that the lyricists, the lyricists that compromise the pantheon of talented artists like a Mos Def, like the Wu-Tang Clan. There's a list of them. The top lyricist in the study was somebody called Aesop, not ASAP Rocky, Aesop Rock, AESOP, Aesop Rock. I think it's a white boy. MF Doom, Chuck D, yeah, Aesop Rock. They in the study that I read, I showed it in my lecture. They was examining his lyrics. Rakim Allah, how can I forget? Pardon me for that. Rakim Allah. We're talking about in the report. It said that the way that these MCs have utilized the English language and the tonalities and even the use of instruments, it has triumphed and it has trumped all of the genres of music that have come before it. I'm talking about jazz, I'm talking about rock and roll, I'm talking about classical music, you name it. So you cannot disrespect the culture because you listen to 10 songs on the radio, Tatiana remix, all of, you know what I mean? And whatever the trash is that they play on the radio, you can't necessarily say that that's the whole of hip hop. You're not going to be correct in that and in that assumption. So with all of that being said, in my humble opinion, what sits at the pinnacle of the whole genre in 2019 is battle rap. Battle rap. I said it. There is no, and Blue Pill, he's an expert when he breaks down how battle rap utilizes the liberal arts. All seven, the trivium, all of that is being utilized in the art form that we all know as battle rap. When you stand in front of an opponent for 3 rounds and offer the not offer the dome because it's written, you have to remember these rhymes, but you're battling in real time against your opponent in front of a room, sometimes thousands of people, sometimes you might be in a small room. But when Loaded Lux, I've always been a fan of Smack DVDs and whatnot. But when Loaded Lux resurrected the art form by infusing consciousness into battle rap when he battled Calico, I believe that was 2012. And he woke the culture, he shifted the culture and gave that shit a motherfucking jump, right? I think that's where the culture may have apex because nobody's done it like that. Yeah, the Lions Den. I used to go to Black Star Video and whatnot. I was kind of into it. That's how I know that Beloved did something special that night because he made me go back and study the last 8 years of battle rap that I wasn't even paying attention. I used to walk past T-Rex and Mook and all of them. Like, shout out to all of them. But he showed me the power of the pen. Philly rappers, Harlem rappers, motherfucking St. Louis, the Cave Gang out of the South and whatnot, with Briz Rothstein and all of them. You feel me? Legends, bro. Legends. And to me, when I was losing, I was like, when hip hop wasn't doing it for me, when regular rap wasn't doing it for me, when, you know, the lyricism was dying out. Oh yeah, Detroit with Calico and whatnot. Shout out to Detroit. Yeah, Vegan Verb and all of them out of St. Louis, Hitman Holla. You know, all of these dudes is legends. They restored my faith in the culture. Is because hip hop is not rap music. I always have to clear. I always have to put that out there. Yeah, shout out to B Dot. You're a legend as well, my good brother. You know, Baby Lux. When we talk about hip hop, we're talking about 5 pillars. Because we always have to make that clear. I might be teaching somebody right now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. What I do know is BET doesn't teach about hip hop. Hot 97, Clear Channel don't necessarily teach about hip hop. They're not teaching about hip hop. The bloggers don't teach about hip hop. They're giving you rap music and gossip, right? So hip hop is 5 pillars, okay? The 5 pillars of hip hop is the DJ, right? The motherfucker on the turntables, the MC, the master of ceremony, the dude on the mic, the dancer, the break dancer, the pop locker, you know, the twerker. That's 3. The graffiti artist, the 4th. The 4th pillar is art. And the 5th pillar is culture and consciousness. What I'm giving you right now. That was heavy in the cult. That was heavy in hip hop in the 80s. Because people will be like, what does culture and consciousness have to do with it? Go and listen to the golden era of hip hop. Go and listen to Rakim Allah, Big Daddy Kane, the Juice Crew, Public Enemy. Go and listen to X Clan. Go and listen to Native Tongues. Go and listen to Ice Cube, Death Certificate, and America's Most Wanted when he had Khalid Muhammad on it. Go and listen to Knowledge Reigns Supreme over nearly everyone. That's KRS-One. Big Daddy Kane. King Asiatic Nobody Equal. Okay, that's the acronym for his name. King Asiatic Nobody Equal. So that's what hip hop is. 5 pillars. Each one of these pillars are a $1 billion pillar unto itself. Go ahead and go and Google the highest paid DJs. They're not black anymore. DJ Calvin and all of them. They making millions of dollars playing Serato in Dubai. Go and pull up the top dancers right now. They don't look like us. They in Japan and whatnot spinning on their heads. They're all around the world. This shit has gone all around the world. It's not the ADOS eating off of fucking hip hop no more. How about that? You know what I mean? Are we gonna tweet about that? You know, but you know, the ADOS wasn't the only ones who discovered hip hop because Kool Herc is from Jamaica and those Puerto Ricans from the Bronx who was breakdancing and pushing the shit, and they were the graffiti artists, Ramon and Spit, my nigga. Those were Puerto Ricans. Talk to me nice. This is a $1 trillion culture, and it was not started only by the descendants. This was a group effort. So these 5 pillars, go and research who are the top graffiti artists or who are the top conceptual artists. You got like mad white people getting money off of it. And niggas in Germany is eating off of art galleries with hip hop. They done took the trains and shipped them shits to China. The trains with the graffiti, the vintage trains, that shit is across the pond somewhere. They done shipped the trains to Europe. Yeah, Keith Haring, Banksy, you feel me? Banksy, Keith Haring, doing street work. Keith Haring was a graffiti artist. We have what's my guy that everybody loves? Basquiat. That's all hip hop. That's all spray paint. That's all these. They're not doing Picasso paintings. So MCing, MCing, you could make a million. You could make $1 billion. I think Jay-Z or one of them is gonna make $1 billion in a few years. So the art of MCing is a multi-billion-dollar industry. DJing, $1 billion. Breakdancing, $1 billion. Choreographing and all of that. Graffiti, $1 billion. Now, yeah, my bad, man. It's the fucking ring light. You know what I'm saying? They talking about my phone was overheating and shit because of the ring light. So now I gotta hold it in my hand while I talk to y'all. You know what I'm talking about? What's the alternative to YouTube? There's a decentralized platform called DTube. D is in Derek, right? DTube. Go and check that out. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we might have to get up out of this YouTube shit sooner than later. But I'm saying all of that to say that the battle rap community has taken a loss. They took a huge loss today, and a brother out of Philadelphia by the name of Tech Nine. I'm not talking about the rapper from like Minnesota or whatever. I'm not talking about that Tech Nine. Anybody who listens to battle rap, you know what I'm talking about. Is D2 black owned? I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, there's a brother by the name of Tech Nine. He was a part of he was a blogger, he was a rapper, he was a battle rapper turned blogger. His blog, his YouTube podcast was called um Champion. You know what I'm saying? It was called Champion. Um, you know, he was a funny dude, man. He was a cool dude, man. Like he had a family that he was providing for. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just sad, yo. I've been down the whole day about that, and I don't even, you know what I mean. I'm not sure why, but I've just been kind of down. I've absorbed a lot of death over the past few weeks. Like on my timeline, I've been seeing a lot of like dude that got killed in Atlanta. What was his name? Something Dixon. Dude got killed at his own birthday party. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people. Yeah, Cliff Dixon. I know a lot of people. I didn't know him personally, but a lot of people from New York. A lot of my peoples from New York who be out there on the scene and whatnot. They know him, and a lot of people was crying about that. Prior to that, a dude by the name of Prime, he was living in Miami. He died. It's a lot of people dying, bro. So that this is the winter season, close out of the winter season. The retrograde is very harsh. You know what I mean? The retrograde has been a big it's been a big problem. So, it's just a lot of shit going down, man. Yeah, they come in threes, bro. They come in threes. So, you know, one of the things that I'm walking away from all of this, I don't want to get all preachy and everything, but there's a lot of us out here that have missions and shit, right? There's a lot of us out here that are living out certain missions. We came here to do the work. So, y'all got to do the work, bro. You're not promised tomorrow, and I don't mean to sound morbid or anything. You know, I believe Prime had a seizure. The brother Prime had a seizure, and he didn't make it out of his coma. You feel me? Prime was very, very well known in the streets. I'm talking street business right now. He was very well known in circles like that, you know. So street niggas is mourning a lot right now. The Dixon, Cliff Dixon, he was known. A lot of people knew him in the hood and whatnot. He was respected. So, you know, yeah, the brother Hui Kai, you know, and that's another thing, man. Like, salute to that brother and rise in power to his spirit. But, you know, it's just like it was sad what I saw because it was like when he made transition, there was this huge outpouring, and it don't got none. It's not an indictment on nobody. Like I'm not indicting anybody, but we live in such a microwavable culture that motherfuckers will be mourning you on Monday, and then Tuesday is back to business. Like it's back to business on Tuesday. It's back to whatever the fuck was going on, whatever the news story is. You feel me? Yeah, Tech Nine passed in his sleep. You know, a lot of people are passing in their sleeps these days. His family said he was in good health. I just was watching his stream yesterday. That's why it's some kind of haunting me. I just was watching his stream on YouTube yesterday, and you know, if anybody knew Tech Nine, like you know, he was kind of brolic. Like he looked like he worked out and shit. Sean Price died in his sleep, right? You know, we assume that people gotta look sick to to be sick. We assume that you gotta look all skinny and worn and drawn and whatnot to be, you know, considered at risk. You know, niggas with them teddy bear bellies, you know what I'm saying, and big people, they seem to be at risk. You could be at risk for a lot of shit. How does heart disease look on a person's outer frame? How does cancer before it's detected? What does that look like? If you know what I mean, I done seen Shorty thicker than a Snickers. You know what I mean? She was glowing. Breast cancer took her out in 4 weeks. No, 4 months. Pardon me. 4 months dried her up. Had her looking like a bag of bones. Chemotherapy and all that crazy shit. Basically microwaving yourself. Kim Porter died in her sleep. So how is it that our people are dying of this silent death, this silent killer? What's going on that people are not waking up? That's the scary fucking that's scary to me. That you could go to sleep and not wake up. How do you want to go out like that? Do you want to go out in your sleep? You know, laying next to Bay or laying in the bed with your children? You feel me? How many of y'all sleep with your children? You know, that's a scary thought, bro. And I'm not talking about it might be some people on the line that's like 80 and shit, 85. I'm talking about the younger people who you're not even thinking about. You know, you're not cuz I'm not being insensitive or anything. I just know that when you get to a certain age, you know, you're just preparing for certain things. You feel me? Like you prep for that shit. And it's not even like it's understandable. Like, you know, when I reach 80, I'm gonna carry on like I'm 50. You know what I mean? But it would definitely be on my mind that nigga, you're 80. Like, you know, you're running around with these 20-year-olds. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, I'm just playing. But I'm just saying, like, complete your missions, do your motherfucking work, stop being distracted, stop putting everything off for tomorrow. Give people their roses while they're here. You feel me? Give people their roses while they're here. Settle the differences that you may have, right? That you have. Stop beefing with people and fake. You know what I mean? Like all of these trolls that be out, like, and I can't tell ignorant people and people with demonic spirits how to act. I'm speaking more to the people who are well balanced. Like it's just we're living in this end game cycle where, we're becoming more aware of the mortality of human beings. As much as you niggas like to float around like you're fucking gurus and something, or you're the reincarnated Ganesh elephant, niggas is mortal men, right? We all have a fucking day. We're not immortalized yet. We're still mortal and all of that stuff. You feel me? So keep that in the front of your frontal lobe. You know what I'm saying? You could walk around like you motherfucking invincible, but nigga, you have an end game. You have a day. We all signed up to come down here, but the agreement, we had to sign off on the day that we was gonna check out. Put a date on it. That's right, Casey. You know what I'm talking about? Yo Gotti told you niggas, put a date on it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Put a motherfucking date on it. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Leave a legacy. Leave a legacy. Why don't be legendary? Because it will suck if your day came and you didn't do no legendary shit to immortalize yourself, where the attention span that people give you only lasts one day. They only gave my dude Hui Ka one day. There was one day a morning on the fucking social medias, then the next day it was over with. I don't like that. I don't like that. I didn't appreciate that. You know, leave some music behind. Make sure the shit is good quality though. Leave some art behind. It might increase in its price because art appreciates in value and that shit goes up when you die. Leave a legacy because a legacy, right, is what's going to last longer than your human body. You only have a certain amount of years here. You could leave a legacy to last forever. We talking about people who was here 5,000 years ago. You know what I mean? Niggas is having debates over what this person was eating and how this nigga thought 10,000 years ago. You know, because they carved statues in stone, megalithic statues. You feel me? It is important. And I don't mean that the average Hotep brothers and sisters out here, we probably not gonna carve a fucking stone in our lifetime. We're not gonna quarry a rock and make a replica of ourselves. But we live in a day and age where you could do a lot more. Write a book, my G. Write a book. You feel me? Write your life story. Write your memoirs. Who's gonna tell your story but you? You don't think that your story is interesting? Shit, you look at everybody on the train reading subway novels. Niggas is taking, they shoot and they shot. Why you not gonna shoot yours? Why you not gonna shoot yours? You know? So, rest in peace, rise in power. I don't say rest in peace. I say rise in power to Tech Nine and his family, to Hui Ka and his family, to Prime and his family, and to the brother Cliff Dixon and a few other people, you know. And life goes on, right? We all here dodging the day. You feel me? We all here dodging the day. Cause niggas know that they got that day coming. Social media is a capsule, right? Social media became a capsule to do what? To memorialize. Yeah, Ron Newt. Social media has become a time capsule, right? To crystallize our experiences, catalog them, archive them, right? And somewhat hold on to memories that we might have otherwise lost in the source. Because, you know, how many niggas could look at your Polaroid pictures after you die? You feel me? Remember the photo album that the whole family would gather around at holidays and look at their dead relatives? Well, now you got Facebook. You know what I mean? You could go right on somebody's page and just look at their whole lifeline or their whole timeline and things of that nature, and mourn them or screenshot their pictures, and just reminisce on who they were and what they did and the impact that they left and all of that. So I guess social media is playing its part when it comes to holding memories. So also keep that in mind, that one day you're not going to be here anymore, and your social media is going to survive you. How do you want yourself to be remembered? As the motherfucker that was putting up twerk videos all over her page or all over his page? Because niggas is out here twerking, and I ain't talking about New Jersey twerk. So what do you want to be remembered for? You know what I mean? Just funny memes and, other little things? Or do you want to be impactful in your social media, on your account, you know, to leave behind your legacy? So if I don't know you from a can of paint, and I was like, let me go on this nigga's social media site to see what everybody's talking about, why everybody is mourning this person, how great was this person, and then I go on your site and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker was about something. Like he or she was living a impactful life. They were social justice warriors. Look at them. They got the Kaepernick jersey on. You feel me? They're swag surfing at the Us movie. They were into the culture. You know, just leave something behind. And like I said, I don't mean to start out this conversation tonight in such a morbid way, but I had to express some of the pain that I was going through, because I was going through some pain today. I didn't even leave my house. I stayed in the whole day. You know, um, my favorite BPM to rap to is 90, 89, and 90. That's something that Cambada taught me too. I didn't know about that shit. He taught me some of that science about my BPMs and what I sound best on. But my BPMs that fit me is 90. So, I'm good though. I'm good. I'm good. I'm human. I'm human. I've been through a lot. You feel me? So I'm gonna get, it is what it is. People die every day, B, and I witness it every day. But today was a day that it just, yeah, it's mad, yo. It's so many people. It's so many people. I stayed in today because beats per minute is BPM. Beats per minute. That's when you're in a studio and you're making music. BPM stands for beats per minute. Yeah, I stayed in because I was kind of depressed. So I just stayed in and I was working on shit. I didn't really want to be in the streets like that. Because sometimes when you got shit like that on your mind, you can attract negativity, or you can, you know, I don't like moving with that energy. I don't like moving with that energy. So I just kept it very local and subdued. You know what I mean? And subdued. But with that being said, we got that passed. That was the opening monologue. You feel me? How to release the energy? What I would do is, I'm a creator, so I like to draw. I might write lyrics. What I was doing, I was working on business and other little things that needed some kind of attention. And I was uploading videos and, just keeping myself busy, while at the same time, listening to the brothers' podcast who made transition. Tech Nine is who I'm talking to. For anybody who just came in the room, he's a battle rapper out of Philly. He made transition this morning, died in his sleep, and he is being mourned by a large contingency of people in the hip hop, in the battle rap world, in the hip hop world, and on social media. So yeah, that's what it is. You know? Yeah, Sean Price was my guy. I liked Sean Price. He was funny. He was funny. So, who saw the movie Us? Who happened to go and see Jordan? Who was part of that 700 that 70 million motherfucking windfall box office that y'all help my guy and Lupita get? Yeah. Salute to everybody who went in. I was in that bitch Friday, like early. You know what I'm talking about? I was in there early. I was hyped. I woke up. I opened up my Instagram on Friday. KT threw the flyer up. He threw the poster up. He was like, "Nigga, go. You got to see that. You're gonna be surprised." I go in there. I go and sit down. I watch the trailers and everything. You know, I got my vegan popcorn. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be lit. You know, a heavy presence of melanin in the movie theater. I already looked around. Not too many alt writers. It was a lot of ADOSs in the building. So I'm feeling safe, you know. I'm feeling safe because it's certain movies that you got to see with an all melanin audience. You feel me? Lupita is definitely sexy as fuck. Her melanin was on super fleek. Did you see it in Technicolor? Her shit was glowing. But that's another story. So the movie starts, and like 3 minutes into, oh, if you didn't see the movie, yeah, if you didn't see the movie, I'm not doing it. This is not going to be a us decoding. I'm just briefly glossing over it. I have a younger brother who goes by the name of KT the Arch Degree, and this is his thing. You know when they say stay in your lane, right? That's not my lane. I mean, we did get Master Decoders of the Year, but when it comes to decoding these movies, that's not my lane. I step aside and let my younger brother do what he does. Now, don't turn off your volume. Don't turn off your volume because what I decided to do is not spoil it for the family in the building who didn't see it. Are we related by blood? That is my mother's son. She pushed him out of her womb. That's my blood brother. I have two brothers. One goes by the name of Blue Pill, and the other brother is younger than me. He goes by the name of KT the Arch Degree. So tomorrow on his Patreon, KT the Arch Degree, he's going to break it down. Am I gonna? I might decode it after him, but I'm sure that he's gonna do it. We gonna talk about it right now. Like I'm going to unpack it, but I'm not gonna necessarily decode it because I'm gonna let the scientist get to that. I'm gonna let him dissect this shit. So automatically, like 2 minutes into the movie, I see 11:11. Now, if anybody knows anything about Know the Ledge and the legacy that we have, because y'all might know me, Little Red Pill, you know, from Sinetta TV, or you might know me because YouTube is popping and all of this crazy shit, or wherever you might have met me at, wherever you may have found me at. That don't mean that I wasn't doing nothing before you niggas found me. How about that? How about prior to you discovering us, we were cooking in the kitchen with Know the Ledge Radio in like 2000. This is before Hidden Colors. This is before Trayvon Martin's. You know, this is before the woke shit. This is way before that. This is 2009, 10, 11, 12. And hundreds of episodes, 700 episodes, interviewing any teacher, scholar, master teacher that you could think of, all the way up to the new guys. Anybody worth interviewing, we already did that. We had a podcast before I even knew it was a fucking podcast, right? It's an archive. Go and check the archives. You can still find it on Google. This is before we even showed up on film. Niggas even didn't even know what I looked like. So, if anybody knows about Know the Ledge Radio, you know that we did the 11:11 meditation every single episode. 11:11. Okay? That was our portal. We would play Om Padme Om. If you don't know what Om Padme Om is, look it up. Right? When the bomb dropped. Yeah, remember the bomb in KTL? That's why I'm looking for a bomb. I'm like, hold on. This is a corny bomb. Listen to this bomb. What the fuck is this? It's not a bomb. That's not a bomb. What the fuck is that? It's not even a bomb. We had the nuclear bomb. So 11:11 is the doorway. Yeah, I need that funk flex bomb, my nigga. I gotta go look for it because I don't know what happened to it. But when we get this whole thing, when I get this thing rolling like a podcast, you know how like Joe Button got his podcast? We'll have the laptop with the sound effects and all that fancy shit. But you know, we're on our way there. So 11:11 is a doorway. 11:11 is our portal. In the movie, they show Jeremiah 11:11, right? It's Jeremiah 11:11. But later on in the movie, the clock said 11:11, and Lupita saw the clock, and either her husband or her, and the shit said 11:11. So I'm like, damn. Okay, that's just a coincidence. Let us continue. You know what I'm talking about? Let us continue. So then we go further in the movie, and then they introduce doppelgangers. I'm like, So now we dealing with twins. Like, this is getting interesting. You know what I mean? If anybody don't know what a doppelganger is like a dead ringer. A doppelganger is your evil twin. It's your shadow self. Okay? You know how they say that everybody has an evil twin, or everybody has a twin that's out there in the world? You know how somebody be like, what's your name is? You look like Alfred from over there on Ponce de Leon. You be like, I'm not, my name ain't Alfred. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? My name is Alfredo. You know what I'm saying? They like, you look like somebody I know. Yeah, remember Superman 3 when he had the evil Superman? That was the favorite Superman with Richard Pryor in it when he turned into Bizarro. So they say everybody got a twin. And everybody has a doppelganger, right? So the movie is exploring the concept of the doppelganger, right? Me and Blue Pill was on Instagram Live yesterday, and we were talking about when we saw our doppelganger, right? We saw our doppelganger on the internet. That nigga was smashing police cars and shit like that. He was wearing an Egyptian shirt. This was in LA. I don't know if anybody remembers that, right? This was in 2014. I believe it was 14. This nigga looked just like me. Not with the, he had a short haircut and everything. Tall, had the same build as me. He was wearing an Egyptian shirt, for crying out loud. He was wearing a goddamn Egyptian shirt. Somebody said, why would we have doppelgangers? Would we have separate doppelgangers? I don't know. I think so. But I promise you, the video is still on WorldStar. Super facts. That nigga, it was so real that the police in Harlem, had pulled up on me and was like, yo, was that you? I was like, where? They was like, was that you smashing the police windows and taking the fucking laptop out of there? I'm like, if you don't get out my face, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, please. So, the doppelganger shit is real. That shit sent chills through my body when I saw the video because it didn't just look like me. The nigga, it shit felt like me. It felt like You know what I mean? Like, damn, that's me in another reality. And he's doing some shit that I would do. Smash the fucking windows and take the I wouldn't take the police laptop. I'd probably take the AR-15 or the shotgun, but I don't need the laptop because you could trace that. So I'm like, all right, cool. This just, it was after I saw that, I'm still rolling with the movie. Then I saw that she was in Santa Cruz because the movie opens up and she's at the beach in Santa Cruz. I'm like, Santa Cruz? Santa is saint and Cruz is cross, right? Santa Cruz. Am I correct? Yeah, in the daytime, that nigga did that shit with the smash the windows. He did that shit on Hollywood Boulevard in the daytime. And I remember Sonetta had uploaded it to his channel. I don't know why, but all kind of people was like, "Oh my goodness, Red Pill. These niggas are really taking it to the man. The revolution has begun." I'm like, "No, it hasn't. Fuck is you talking about? That's not me." You know what I'm saying? You niggas is not gonna Rico the kid. I'm not gonna be laid up with Takashi and Shotty in them. Like, no, I'm not smashing police windows. Fix your face. You know what I'm saying? Try again. Is the video still up? Yeah, it's still up. I don't know what it's titled under, but it's still up. But anyway, I see Santa Cruz, nigga, that's St. Croix. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's such a thing as coincidence. Whatever. St. Croix, 1111, twins, you know what I mean? Then I see twins, because first is doppelgangers. No, first they introduce us to twins, and then the doppelgangers later on. I'm like, damn, what's going on? This is a lot of coincidence. And then I find out that the character's name is Red. Like I said, this is not a decoding of the movie. I'm just pointing out synchronicities in the movie where I need to go sit down with Mr. Jordan Peele and get some fucking bread. I need some compensation. Like, what are you doing? Lupita's character's name is Red. Not that she was wearing a red jumpsuit. The bitch name is Red. Pardon me. Her name is Red. She's in St. Croix, Santa Cruz. They got the 1111. It's the twins. It's the synchronicity of the top. It's just a lot of shit going on. So I'm just waiting for my younger brother KT because I'm biased. You know what I mean? I can't even decode it right now. I have to recuse myself because I'm gonna be biased. You know what I mean? And I don't want to talk about, I don't like self-gloating, and I'm not into self-aggradation. What do they call it? Self-aggradation. That's corny to me. You know what I'm talking about? That's corny to me. I don't like that. I'm not into shit like that. But I am a realist who, I've been cloned. Well, shout out to Van Lathan. You know what I mean? That nigga from TMZ. He done cloned me. Candace Owens with Red Pill Black. She done cloned the God. It's a lot of Red Pill clones running around. So I just know that, a lot of this information and these teachings and a lot of this shit gets into higher places. And I know Hollywood eats off of the underground all day. That I know that for a fact. I've spoken to enough people. I've spoken to enough writers in Hollywood, right? Who've been in my inbox and they tell me about the writer circles and whatnot. And I talked to enough MCs and artists who've been in the studio who talked about how niggas be playing all of the videos in studio sessions. I'm talking about from all the way from the top down. Yeah, Carl Jones said it. Carl Jones is one of the animators for the Boondocks. Carl Jones came to Harlem and was like, nigga, they're watching every single fucking piece of content all of y'all are putting out. And that is a fact. Carl Jones told me that. And Carl Jones, he be hobnobbing with them people then. He be hobnobbing with the elites in Hollywood. So You can't put nothing past anybody these days. As you've already seen, consciousness is mainstream. As it's not even underground, my nigga. It's the consciousness is on a Breakfast Club. Consciousness is on Black Twitter. Consciousness is everywhere. It's not underground. It ain't no fucking secret. You know what I'm talking about? It's not a secret. And I'm not talking about woke either. I'm talking about consciousness. I'm talking about the names, the characters, the hitters. Like they're known by a lot of our people all around the world as it ain't that many names either. It's like 10 niggas. You know, it's not that many names. It's not that many personalities for the people to basically look at and listen to and watch. Who like it's not that many names. 20 the most. 20 the most. So I don't know what's going on. I just know I was highly entertained. You know what I mean? I was flattered. I was highly entertained. You know, that was very entertaining to me that so many different synchronicities were showing up in this movie, which happened to be a great movie. Did I leave that out? It was a I like thrillers. I was a little apprehensive because I thought it was a horror. I didn't want to see Lupita getting chopped up, right? I'm not ready to see that. Um, you know, but when I realized it was a psychological thriller, I love those because it make you think. Remember the movie what was that movie? Good Girl with Ben Affleck? Oh, that was my shit. I like movies like that. That was like a psychological thriller. So, what am I take on the Incas? What are you talking about? Gone Girl. Yeah, that shit was lit. I like Gone Girl, right? Psychological thriller. This movie was a psychological thriller where they got the twist at the end. I like those movies with the twist at the end, right? Yeah, Pie from the 90s. Remember Pie? Was that a psychological thriller? And he definitely delivered in terms of a psychological thriller. Spoiler alert, I figured it out before the end. Like many people who are fucking alert and pay attention to the obvious shit that they're showing you, I figured that shit out like 30 minutes before the movie end. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Once again, I'm not gonna give it up. I'm not gonna spoil it for everybody who's waiting for the shit to come on their fire stick, right? Be patient. It's on its way, right? You know. Um, but he did a good job. Lupita, her work, her acting was excellent. She looked beautiful. Her melanin was popping. You know what I'm talking about? She looked scrumptious. Uh, the children, they was lit. And the son's name is Pluto. Pluto is Scorpio. I just had to throw that in. The little nigga name is Pluto. And what's Pluto? What planet does Pluto govern? What planet does Pluto govern? Hmm? Scorpio. So, Future, right? Shout out to Future. Who's a Scorpio? You know what I mean? Future tapped into the Scorpio energy, and that's why Future is who Future is. Like he tapped into, he's a Scorpio. As long as you are adherent to who the fuck you are, they say, man, know thyself. You gotta be who you are. Future is Future. He's living out his purpose. That's why that shit works for him. Shout out to Dalius McCall for the Cash App. Anybody sending Cash Apps, I'm gonna give you a shout out because it's coming through on my phone. I don't have the notifications on, so you don't hear them coins dropping. You dig? We gotta fix that though, because I like that sound. But when you're an adherent to the powers that govern you, you can win. Like we're in the Aries season. So if there's Aries out there who are moving with an Aries energy, and you are an adherent to that energy which governs you, well, goddamn it, you think doors are gonna open up for you. Shit is gonna move for you because you are moving in your power. Future, he's moving in his power. The minute I heard him name his album Pluto, I said that nigga's out of here. He's out of here. You know what I'm saying? I went and did the research to find out if he was a Scorpion. This was like 2012. It showed that he was a Scorpion. I said, yeah, he's out of here. Without a doubt. He's out of here. Okay? That's how this shit works. So yeah, Pluto is the young man's name, and that's my sign. I'm a Scorpion, and whatever, whatever. I just had to share that. And like I said, I'm not gloating. I'm not saying, oh, Jordan Pill, that nigga is a pill, Jordan Pill, right? Jordan Pill. I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying that, God damn it, it's a lot of coincidences. So I look forward to my younger brother's decoding. Go to ktthearchdegree.com or go to his Patreon and be a part of that experience tomorrow. And after he does that, I think we're gonna hop on Black Magic 363 and we'll give our version of what we think this movie is about. I listened to Tariq Nasheed's breakdown of it. Is it better than Get Out? No. Fox, salute. Thank you for the support, Fox. I appreciate you. I don't think that it was better than Get Out. What I liked about Get Out was the social commentary and it was way more impactful to me personally. To me, it was way more impactful than Us. I appreciate what Us was giving us, but Get Out is a fucking classic. That shit, and a lot of you niggas didn't listen to what he was trying to tell you. But yeah, KT got infinite knowledge. KT is a Sabi's baby. Like, he was drinking Seymour's out the womb. You feel me? He was drinking Maya. He was taking Sabi's herbs as a baby. Imagine that. We didn't get that. Me and my brother Blue Pill, we wasn't that fortunate. We was like 10 years old when we encountered Sabi. So, and to be honest with you, we was kind of cheating when it came to the herbs. When your mama give you a teaspoon of cascara and you act like you swallowed it? Yeah, we would go in the bathroom and spit that shit out because it was completely bitter. But my younger brother, KT, he's a baby. He don't know what the fuck he didn't even know what sugar tastes like for a long time. So he didn't know what the hell he was eating. He was just eating whatever they was giving him. He was a herbal guinea pig at the end of the day. No offense, but goddamn it. They trying to see if the herbs work. Give it to KT. And I'm a living testament to tell you, if you start your babies, if you start your children, if you start your star seeds, especially if you have a star seed, if it's a star seed when you give birth to the baby. You know what I'm saying? When the baby's born and he's like, yo, just give me the light. Like, the nigga sitting up trying to roll up and shit. Nigga, that's a star child. That's a star seed. You feel me? The neck gets stiff the minute they get out the womb and shit. They're like, yo, iPhone or Android, like, what are we doing? God damn it, this little nigga's advanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you give birth to a star seed. I knew my children were star seeds from the minute I looked in their eyes. My son, when he was born, you know how the children got cone head shapes? That shit like a cucumber. I was wild nervous. I started molding his head immediately. Like, let's get this shit straight because I don't know how these hats that we bought for him at the baby shower is gonna fit on his head if his shit is straight cone head. But from what I was told, that when they come out of the womb, that they shape funny and shit. You know what I'm saying? But as long as he had his 10 toes, you feel me, and his goddamn his genitals was intact, I was good. I was like, yo, we're in for a good ride. Like, this is gonna be fun. I told his mother, this is gonna be fun. I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? You know, Let's not forget the fact that I just saw a living human being come out of you, and the shit looked wild crazy. But we're gonna have fun. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have fun. That was the most surreal experience. If men, brothers, guys, fellas, I don't give a fuck if you don't even have a child. You should volunteer to just go into the goddamn delivery room and see that shit with your own two eyes. It's surreal. It's supernatural. It's some supernatural shit that you can't explain if you don't see it personally. Like what it did for my heart to see my son come out of the womb and my daughter, like, and they were healthy and all of that, and all of those 9 months of just anxiety and buildup and what, you know, if who's this little nigga gonna look like, and you know what I mean? Like, is he gonna have a birthmark on his face? All of this crazy shit. You just, I mean, I'm not judging nobody, but I'm a parent, so parents worry about little things like that. And the relief that you get and the fact that your child is there and to see the child come out of the womb, you know that there's somebody living inside of the stomach. You know that you helped do that, you know what I mean, on that night that you didn't pull out. But to see that shit in real life, man, that was magic. That was magic. That was magic. That's when I knew that the black woman was God. And that's when I knew that there's nothing more important in my life, in my reality, than my seed. Because that's me. That's me, my nigga. I made that. You know what I mean? Like, I created that and she created that, and we came together in a bond, and we created a human being that is an admixture of both of us. That's the illest shit ever. You can't recreate. There's nothing that's iller than that. You know what I mean? You know, you niggas could hop out of a Lambo truck and try to hand me the keys. You know, it doesn't measure. There's nothing that measures to that. You know, there's nothing to measure to that. That shit is exciting. You know, yeah, you create your doppelganger. You know what I mean? That's your doppelganger. You know, some niggas C's look just like them. That be your doppelganger. You know, I created my daughter in a ceremony. You know what I mean? Like, she was intently created. She was willfully created. You know, it wasn't a mistake. She was willfully created on a very ritualistic day. I think it was 12 12 12. You know what I'm talking about? I think it was 12 12 12. You know. So that was a beautiful day. That was a beautiful day. Well, shit, y'all need to, if you want to do a ceremony, get you an almanac, find out about the alignments, right? Those special days, those celestial alignments like new moons, full moons, um, solar eclipse, motherfucking comets, and all, I mean, whatever the alignment may be. And you and your mate can begin to put together like a vision board, and you could talk about it, and you could meditate on it, right? And then when that day comes, you could make it happen. You could shoot your shot, literally. Literally. And you know, see what comes out of that. See what comes out of that. You feel me? But you know, it's just an important thing. And if anybody knows me, you know, especially these days, like I'm just more serious about family, and I'm more serious about doing something while we're here that's beneficial for the ones who are not strong enough to do what they came here to do, right? To set it up, to get it, to prep this shit, because these babies are gonna tear this shit down. They are here to disrupt the whole system. They are here to disrupt reality as we know it. I'm telling you. I shit you not. So that's why I said it's very important that we protect these children. We don't let them get molested. We don't let them get abused. We don't let them get lied to. We don't let them get pumped with poison. We don't feed them bad human fucking meat and call it McDonald's. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, with KT, he received plant-based electric cell food as a baby, and that unlocked DNA in him. It made him a genius. Not to say that he just was fucking drinking sea moss and got smart, but it allowed his brain, it allowed his mind, it allowed his body to receive, to basically be the vessel of information and light that was able to download into him. I watched that shit. I promise you, I watched that. I watched that. So he's a testament of what the power of a powerful, healthy, electric diet can do for your babies. That's all I said. All of that to say that. You know what I mean? Some of us are in situations where it's not working because one of the parents are not about that life. They're not about healthy diets. They're not about herbs. They're not about plant-based. They're about Similac, motherfucking Gerber, vaccines, all of that shit. And, you know, this is a sticky situation because I'm in no place whatsoever. I don't have no authority over your situation and to tell you, I can't give you advice about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And if I can't. I can't. You know why? Because that's personal. You know, I would never want to break up no one's family. I would never want to plant the seed of discord in anybody's mind to make them feel like, yeah, Red Pill said that I should boss up. And if you not feeding, you know what I'm saying, little Ramel, if you stop feeding Ramel the ramen noodles and feed that nigga some broccoli, that I'm out the door. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not responsible for that. I would never tell you to turn your back. The most important thing that you can do in any situation is to keep the family intact. I say that because it didn't work for me necessarily. So I could be living proof to tell you whatever you have to do, keep the motherfucking family intact by any means necessary. Even if she don't go with your diet, even if she's feeding that little nigga feces burgers and whatnot, even if it is a struggle, you're gonna be able to do something. You're not gonna do nothing if you're not there. You know what I mean? So you can't take a situation to where you was in the house and now you outside the house and you leave the fucking child in the house where they're getting poisoned and think that you're gonna affect some kind of change by walking out. It's not going to work like that. And I have to say it like that because over the years, remember, the younger generation of the scholars, the young scholars, where we started out in like '06, '05, '04, 7 and 8, 2004, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We had to learn this shit. We not even the elders who came before us, they wasn't helping us with our relationships. They wasn't sitting and counseling the motherfucking they was not telling us how to do this. Some of us had to learn the hard way. We were the guinea pigs. So we messed up, so you don't gotta mess up. You understand what I'm saying? We fucked up and we could be testaments with our testimony on how not to do it because some of us tried this shit and it didn't work for us. Okay? And I'm being transparent and I'm being honest with you right now that we tried the way I'm walking away because I'm gonna find me a goddess and she's gonna feed me Brussels sprouts and wheatgrass and we're gonna align our chakras together and then she's gonna be down with polygamy so I could hop in and out of box whenever I want to and I'm just gonna leave this one behind because she still believes in white Jesus and all of this crazy shit. And Tyler Avant, salute to you. It just didn't. I promise you, fam. It's a gamble that you might lose at, fam. It's a gamble that you might lose. You might roll the fucking dice and you might crap out. You might crap out because the babies is gonna be all right. Ralph Kelly, salute to you. The babies are gonna be okay. They're going to persevere even if they don't eat the fucking Sabi diet. Even if they gotta chew on some goddamn chicken McNuggets while watching baby chickens on TV. Or they gotta eat some fucking pig while watching Peppa Pig. Shit happens. It's not the end of the world. It's not worth leaving your wife or your husband as a result. White Jesus on the wall, that nigga staring at you when you getting it in and whatnot. You know, you're like, God damn it, this nigga keeps staring at me. I'm just trying to get one off. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. You know, it's not the end of the world. Just don't look at him. You know, what you do, and this is some real game right here. What you do is you perfect the God or the goddess in you, right? You strengthen your mind. You utilize that uncomfortable situation, right, as a teaching as a maturity process. It's almost like a 30-day challenge. You might have to utilize all of that friction as a challenge to say to yourself, I'm not going to blow my lid. I'm not going to go all crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, I'm not going to get all aggressive and emotional about shit. I'm going to meditate. Salute to Maurice Grace, because there's no worse war than the fucking war of the roses, the war inside of your house. You at war every day in these streets. Do you want to come home to a war? You gotta have a peaceful home. You at war. You black. You got melanin. You step out the crib, they sniper gang. Boop, boop. Niggas is looking at you. You wearing the Balenciaga socks. They want those. Ooh, ooh. You wearing red. The Bloods is looking at you like, what set you banging? You know, it's all kind of fucking shit going on. You get through the war in the streets. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe. What brings you home? Knowing that you're coming home to a peaceful environment, right? Knowing that you're coming home to a home-cooked meal. Knowing that you coming home to get loved down or loved on. You might be coming home to some ramen noodles in your fucking air mattress. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Accept where you're at the moment and move forward and put in your mind into your subconscious. Program your motherfucking mind to be in a bigger, better place in the near future, because all is mental. Nothing is going to turn things around unless you see. You have to program. It has to happen in your mind first. Not, they don't got. Don't fall for this fantasy shit about bags of money falling out the sky. We don't live in motherfucking Wreck-It Ralph world. We don't live in a video game, my niggas. We don't live in Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? This is the real world. Whatever that you get, whatever food you get, nigga, more than likely you're going to go out and kill. You're a hunter-gatherer. So a lot of us kill to eat, meaning that we got to step outside of the house with the bow and arrow and shoot a wildebeest or a fucking deer to get some meat to feed these goddamn seeds and these hungry mouths and whatnot. I'm just using an analogy. So whatever you have to do to make your household, you might have to swallow shit. You might have to put up watching. Yo, you know what? You know how that shit hurt my heart watching my son eat a fucking hot dog, bro? Do you know what it did to my heart? But I had to wear that shit and get that nigga some water afterwards and wash it down. I had to wear it because at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I ate hot dogs when I was a little fucking child. It didn't kill me. I ate McDonald's. I ate chicken McNuggets while watching chickens when I was younger. I'm still here. You know what I mean? Sometimes we sacrifice, we're willing to sacrifice our love life. We're willing to sacrifice our relationships. We're willing to sacrifice our family because we just discovered a new fucking lifestyle the other day. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You will be lonely by your motherfucking self eating celery sticks, right? You understand? Playing with yourself, wishing that you didn't fuck up and walk out on your relationship for the love of some chicks on Instagram that you sliding in their DMs, hoping that they say hotep back to you. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Salvage your work that shit out, bro. And you become the god or you become the goddess in the whole situation. And then you will convince or you will influence those who are closest to you when they begin to see the positive change, when they begin to see the positivity emanating from you, when they see the fact that you're winning at certain things that you said that you were going to win by. Stop. If you have to take back some of that energy that you're giving to your mate, meaning that you might want to close your legs, or some niggas might have to you might have to put the D in a jar or something. You might have to. I don't know how that shit works in your household. I can't necessarily hold back on sex, but you know, if you could do that, you might. It's called reserving your energy. There's nothing worse than having to make love to somebody who you don't fucking love. Does that even make sense? Can you make love to somebody that you don't love? No, you're fucking them. You know what I'm saying? It turns into that. So you you know, if that's not what you want to do, hopefully your relationship is not built just completely off of that. And you might want to conserve and preserve and say, you know what, sis, you know what, my guy, you know what, bae, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, I'm meditating right now. I don't feel like, I don't know how that shit works because everybody's different. Some nigga might just debo the box. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this: work on yourself. You make sure that you eat healthy, even if she's cooking motherfucking neck bones and chitlins when you come home. Grab you a smoothie on the way in, my nigga. Get you a celery stick from fucking 7-Eleven. I don't Whole Foods. I don't know. You might live in a food desert. You feel me? Go foraging or something. Eat some shit before you get in, and then you will be kind of semi-filled. You'll be nourished, and then just pick at the food that she cooks you. Like, you know, I don't got that much of an appetite. You know what I mean? Like, see what I could do here. You know what I'm saying? You just take a small portion. But I don't necessarily co-sign breaking up your relationship, your marriage, because you niggas just found out about Dr. Africa last year, or you just got put onto the Sabi diet, or you know what I mean? Like, that's corny, bro. That's corny. That's not. And I'm telling you, I seen too many people try it and it don't work. I seen too many people try it. Now, you might be in a relationship where there's some kind of compromising taking place and your mate is willing to meet you on the middle ground. So you might say to yourself, oh, cool. We're going to go and get the impossible burgers instead of eating a bloody fucking dead cows and whatnot. Or instead of drinking cow's milk, we're gonna go and drink the almond milk, or we're gonna go and drink the chocolate coconut milk, or we're gonna go and drink the cashew milk, right? We're gonna you might have to be the one to buy all of those milks and see which one your family members is fucking with to replace the cow's milk. You might say, you know what? If y'all want to meet at a compromise, we're gonna do meatless Tuesdays, meatless Fridays, meatless Mondays. It's called compromising. You know, there has to be a level of compromising. You can't necessarily come in and just debo and switch up somebody's whole fucking that's in their DNA, my nigga. How they eat, that shit is DNA. You're reprogramming your DNA when you change your diet. You're rewiring and restructuring all of that shit. So we could learn how to substitute one thing for another. You feel me? And then when it becomes a little when it tips into your favor, then you could go full fledged and start showing them the motherfucking videos of meet your meat and all of that, or what the health, and rotten on Netflix and all of that. Then you could show them. Shout out to Nashika Tamu. I appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app. So you can do that, right? Boom. Then you could, that's called deprogramming them. Now when they're on your side, because when the energy shifts, when people, they say the teacher will appear when the student is ready. And that goes for your household too, my guys. That goes for the woman that you're in love with. That goes for the man that you married. That goes for the woman who had your child. They're not in class with you when you were in class. If they didn't show up to a class to learn some shit, nigga, they're not in class with you. They might not be ready for that lesson. You showed up to the motherfucking lecture. You showed up to the class. If they pull up to the lecture with you, then they're a legend. They're a legend. And then that's when they ask questions and they want to know things, and that's when the teacher appears. If the student is not ready, what do you think it's going to sound like when the teacher is talking? Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. They're not going to hear you because they're not ready. She's not ready. They're not ready to you. Do you know what information feels like to somebody who's not ready to receive it? That's like being at the water cooler and your coworker with the hot breath keeps trying to hit on you. You're like, my guy, it's too much. It's too much. So they not ready for that. You're the black sheep in the family for a fucking reason. It's called black sheep for a reason, nigga. Everybody else is a white sheep. You the black sheep. You stand out. You are special. You're different. You are cosmically, genetically, because your genetic blood or your DNA might point to the fact that you descend from a family of scholars, or you descend from a family of warriors, or you descend from a family of sovereigns, or you descend from a family of, individuals who are basically teaching their people griots and things like that. Master teachers, healers. And you was just living your life as a regular old knuckle dragging nigga, right? Knuckles all dragging through the street, pants hanging down, dirty drawers ass niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Snot, runny nose, looking like Roscoe off of Martin. And then you got your awakening. You was on your Detroit Red shit, right? Then you niggas got your awakening, right? Now you Mustafa Muhammad Ibn Allah Pharaoh Bay on fucking Facebook, right? That's your new name. You know what I'm saying? You done figured shit out. Now you're woke. I'm looking for my remote, my charger. Now you're woke and shit. But that's your journey. Right? That's your journey. That might not be your 4-year-old's journey. You know what I'm saying? That might not be your 4-year-old's journey. Your 4-year-old still might be into Peppa Pig and shit like that. Or your wife who you married, you know what I'm saying? When y'all was in Sunday school together, she might not mature at the pace that you're maturing on. She might not evolve at the pace that you're evolving on, because DNA, blood-wise, just her destiny, it's not written in her. This shit is not written in her charts. It's not written in her charts to be like that or to be on that path. But it might be written in her charts to love you to death unconditionally, because you and her might be soulmates. So now you find yourself in a tight spot. Like I said, fellas and sisters, take it from me. Do not sacrifice what you have for something that you don't have. Okay? Just don't do it. Don't it could be smoke and mirrors. You might be on Facebook, you like, oh, this conscious shit is lit. Look at this shit on Twitter. Oh man. Oh, look at all of these shorties with the natural cowrie shells in their hair, and oh man, they twerking too. Oh shit, they getting a little ratchet over there. Oh, I got me a thottis. And then you thinking that the grass is greener, right? On the other side in Wakanda. But that's not the case. You feel me? That's not the case. Now my screen done froze. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me? Yeah. So, you got you a fucking thottis, you know what I'm saying? And you thinking that the grass is greener on a thottery side. You out there playing the New York thottery. You're rolling the dice. You feel me? You're rolling the dice. You don't know who this broad is. You don't know what the fuck she's dealing with. You understand? You don't know what her issue is. You don't know. And here it is. You left Barquisha, Shaquita. You know what I'm saying? You left your wife of many years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was on parole together. Y'all done scrapped it out. You know what I mean? She was braiding your hair to you know what I mean? Like back in the days, she was the one that was responsible for your cornrows. Like y'all got a house together, y'all paying mortgage, car notes, all of this shit. And then you just gonna walk out on her because some chick done poked you on Facebook, or because you know what I mean, you got a heart emoji from a goddess. Come on, bro. That ain't it. That is not it. You know what I'm saying? That is not it, bro. You know, that is not it. You know, I would say that you should really sit down and analyze what it is that you're doing with yourself, because that could come to that could be detrimental. It's called smoke and mirrors, and it's not necessarily what you might think it is. So cherish what you got. I'm saying all of that to say cherish what you got. You feel me? Cherish what you got. You know. I mean, if it's all bad, then you know what to do. But some people be making shit worse than what it was. Some people make things worse than what it was, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Your babies need you. The woman who fell in love with you when your name was Albert, she needs you too. You know what I'm saying? You got a new name. You on your 2 Chain shit. You done changed your name, and now you getting all fancy. Don't do that. Don't hum a stunt, because now and then what that does is that makes the community look like a piece of shit. That makes the community look bad. Like, damn, they taking husbands from us. Look at these niggas. They deporting niggas to Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? ICE is coming to take niggas out the house, and the niggas is deporting themselves to Wakanda. They don't want to be in a hood with the fucking bacon eating with the bacon bits anymore. You know? But we're gonna work through it. We're gonna work through it. You feel me? We're gonna work through it. But you know, with that being said, I have a few announcements. Third Eye Thursdays is coming up, right? Third Eye Thursdays is coming up. We're gonna be doing a episode of Third Eye Thursdays on Thursday, right? Um, Blue Pill has Tough Talk Tuesdays. He will be premiering that tomorrow. Tough Talk Tuesdays on his channel. If you're not, the screen froze. We got a frozen screen, family. Okay, too much cloth. They had to freeze the cloth. Um, Tough Talk Tuesdays with Blue Pill. That's tomorrow. I just uploaded 2 parts of a powerful interview that I did in Virginia on the page. When we finish this stream, you could go and check it out. Shout out to the brothers in Virginia, Norfolk at the podcast. What's the name of it? I think it's called Get 'em Podcast, Get 'em Something Podcast. And yeah, that's what's up. You know what I mean? That is what's up. But yeah, I see the box. The box is still moving. The chat room is still moving. I'm reading all of your chats. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I definitely, and that's from the heart. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I am not gonna turn my backs on y'all, even though you niggas eat bacon bits and and chitlin sandwiches. I'm not here to judge you. You know what I'm talking about? Just drink some water when you come around me. You know, it's no judgment. What do you think about Jess Hilarious? She's not hilarious. You know, she's not hilarious. She messed up. She did some real corny stuff, and she's being called on that. And it is what it is. It's just another day in black tragedy. You know what I mean? Dumb shit that black people do out of ignorance. Because the only reason I say that is because she made that statement in pure ignorance. You feel me? She made it. She messed up. She messed up, and she's not hilarious. She needs to get her shit together, and don't assault, and don't. It's like I rock with ADOS. I rock with the whole, with black people coming together, but I'm not going to relish in no other nationality. I'm not gonna enjoy seeing nobody else. I don't want to see, who I want to see get a foot on their neck? The oppressors. That's who I would love to see get their day in court. The motherfucker oppressor. Cardi B drugging and robbing men. Did you niggas listen to the lyrics or did you skim through it? She been said that that's what she did. She's a fucking thought. She's a prostitute, and she admitted that she used to sell box, and there she goes with the whole thing. You want to fuck? All right. Let's go to a hotel and then I drug him and rob him. But if she said it in a lyric, and if she said that in a Tatiana remix, I drug him and Robiana. I'm a Robiana. I drug Iana, niggas, and I hit him, Tatiana. You would have been, niggas would have Millie rocked to that. They would have danced to that. They would have did the shoot dance to that, and nobody would have cared. So are they trying to, what are they doing? Are they choosing their outrage? She said she's a blood member. Let's start with the fake Negro outrage. She's a blood member. Don't get mad now, nigga. You should have got mad when she said that she's a blood member. What do you think bloods do? And that goes back to what I say. Everybody wants to commercialize gang culture. Y'all always want to commercialize real shit. Y'all always want to commercialize nigga ignorance. And now it's going to come back and bite you. I'm not talking to you personally. I'm just talking to the people. They draw that, yeah, bloods draw that blood. Crips, motherfucking cripple people. We're talking about gang members who shoot up houses with babies in it. We're talking about motherfuckers who don't have the same moral compass as everybody else. And the whole rap game, Blueface, Cardi B, who else banging? YG, Mozzie. Let's name all of your favorite artists. They all gang bangers. So you mean to tell me because Cardi B said that she robbed, she was setting niggas, she was setting traps in order to in order to fund her career or in order to get the bag, that somehow that's that's a violation, when the bitch was been saying, oh, I used to sell box, I suck the best, I give niggas the best neck. Do you know how legendary her neck game is in New York? Like, everybody gotta fucking try, they gotta turn with her. Like, let's stop playing games. Let's stop playing games. You're gonna get the good, the bad, and the ugly. You let this fucking y'all let her in. You let roaches in your house. Well, goddamn it, the house is infested. That's what's going on with the culture. It's a whole culture. What do you think hoes do? What do you think hoes do? Hoes set niggas up. You niggas never been around hoes before? What do hoes do? Whole culture. What does whole culture translate to? It's a lot of prostitution taking place. It's a lot of women selling box. It's a lot of women getting pissed on and shitted on and getting gang banged and letting grown nasty cab drivers, truck drivers, white racist KKK run through them like it's going out of style. Swipe up and hit the motherfucking pay me now button. And it's open prostitution on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter's like a porn site. I didn't even know that. I was on Twitter on Sunday and my son was sitting there with me and there was videos with people on Twitter fornicating. So I didn't say that there's no good gang members. Shout out to Big U. There's some gang members out there with some good hearts, but we know that there's some motherfuckers out there that they out there doing the worst things imaginable to get to the bag. This is unorganized crime. It's not organized crime. It's unorganized crime. That's niggas have unorganized. They don't have organized crime. We're not organized. We're unorganized. Thugs and gangsters are not mobsters. It's a whole big difference. It's a complete difference. We live in a world of thugs. So thugs do thug shit. And what do thugs do? Thugs set niggas up. And thugs send women to set people up to get them. This called put the drop on a nigga. It's being done every single day. In all of the strip club, they setting people up and robbing them. In the clubs where they popping bottles, all the swipers is running around flashing money. They're getting set up. They're getting tied up. They're getting shot and whatnot and thrown in trunks. That's the ugly part of this turn up lifestyle and this whole culture that niggas is celebrating. And it's a travesty because the babies is gonna grow up thinking that that's cool. How about that? So I'm not here to get no fake Negro outrage about what this broad said. And she already told you what the fuck she do. And she don't gotta tell me what she do. I could look at her and see the demon in her. What is you talking about? I could look at her and see the demons in her. How about that? How about y'all be playing? How about people be playing mad ignorant and dumb? Like y'all just so like where's your glad why can't y'all see shit in people? Why don't y'all look past the fucking curtain when it comes to these entertainers? I don't get it. Like it's not like you niggas is acting like Willow Smith was like, yo, I be setting niggas up, you know what I'm saying? And drugging them and whatnot at the red table. I be robbing cameramen. Like, niggas is acting like fucking, you know, like, I don't know, like Erica Badu said that she be putting a drop on niggas. Like, this is Cardi B. What is there to be surprised about? She's a gang member. She's a gang member. What the fuck you niggas think happen in gangs? Do you know how women become gang members in gangs? They get fucked in. They don't get jumped in. They get sexed in. That means that mad niggas from the gang fuck them in. So if you watching anyone on any one of these chicks that's in the industry with red hair talking about gang gang, nigga gang bang. Gang bang. And in order to be in a gang which carries itself like it's an organized crime syndicate, You have rank and file. And if a nigga tells you you gotta go and set a nigga up because we want the bag, you can't tell a motherfucker, nah, I can't set him up because I'm Cardi B. Gang, gang. Them bitches got gang banged. So I don't see no, you know what I mean? I know what I'm looking at. Don't know what you looking at? Y'all niggas, people is acting like Black China and Amber Rose and them supposed to have morals because they got millions of followers. Fam, they're gone. There's no turning back. They can't unsee the thottery. Like they're gone. They're being celebrated for who they are. So what do you think? They're gonna slow it down? You know how many souls is getting snatched in Hollywood by just those two right there? Uh what Black China? She's a fucking she's a child molester. She's running around fucking mad babies. Like, what are you talking about? There's no point of return with them. They are a living, breathing incubus. They are a living, breathing sex demon. There's no turning back. Nothing can save them. They're gonna turn to Jesus and gain weight and be Jesus, like they're gonna get into the church later on. But I just say that that's more of a downward spiral. Niggas be acting like that's a come up, like you saved yourself. No, bitch, that's you went into a pit. You spun so much out of control and snatched so many souls out of the streets that you had to go into church and start snatching church souls. That's not a natural progression. That's a natural degression when people become You know how many fucking preachers are like ex pimps and murderers? They just switched the hustle. Why is Kodak Black making passes at young MA? Bruh, do you know why he's making passes at her? Cause she's a girl. I'm not pushing up on no AG. You feel me? I'm not having sex with no woman that wears Timberlands and no socks. Shit like that. I'm not even winking my eye at a sister with a fade. You know what I'm talking about? That's just not me. I'm not into that. I never got turned on by a girl to look like a boy. But, you know, niggas in, I that word is, from what I was told by an AG herself, she was like, "Oh, you don't think that we have sex with men?" She was like, "Fam, are you like really? Like, think about it. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be so naive. Like, it goes down. It goes down in the boom boom room." But, I just think that that's some weird shit. You know what I mean? Kodak be on them pills. You know, it's obvious that he don't have a level of discernment when it comes to where he puts, where he got a lot of sex charges as it is. So he's just running around, you know, doing some nutty ass shit. You feel me? But can he bring her back? He might want to get her right. You know what I mean? It's some men that think that they could get them right. You know? My thoughts on a man that kicked the woman on the subway. I'm gonna get to that in 1 minute. Let me finish with Kodak. You know? So for people who don't know what I'm talking about, to add some context to the conversation, Kodak Black is a rapper out of South Florida. Uh Mr. If I don't believe in Jesus, why you got a Jesus piece? You know what I'm talking about? Mr. Sniper Gang himself, Young Cody. And he was hollering at Young and May, who is like, she's like Pinky of the lesbians right now. She's knocking everything down. You know what I'm talking about? Pinky is out here. She's the real Sniper Gang. She's catching bodies left and right. Meaning that she's sleeping with a lot of bad shorties, right? She's getting a lot of shorties on her body. Her body count is very long, right? You know, word is there's some advancements in dildos and strap-ons, and that the ladies love it. But that's another story. And Kodak Black is like, yo, I want to beat. You know what I'm saying? Translation, I want to turn her back. I want to get her straight again. You know what I mean? I want some of that Young and May. I want to know what everybody's talking about. So she's like, yo, that's weird. Like, why is this nigga don't know I'm a lesbian? He don't know I'm an aggressive. I'm an AG. I look like a boy. And he like, yo, you can get it. He's like, yo, you can get it. He says she, he was like, I don't want to repeat everything that he says, but he's basically saying like, she got the same body parts as any other woman. Like, I see through all of the facade. I see a woman. I'm strapped in. And gives it a whole new meaning. I'm strapped in. Madness. I clap it. I'll snap at any moment. So he's bypassing the quote unquote walls that this lady has put up. Because in my humble opinion, a sister with a fade who's dressed like a boy, usually they dressing like thugs or they dressing like street niggas. I've had, it's very rare that I see an AG or an aggressive dressed like a business man or like, a square nigga, you know what I mean? Like with some fucking like with some Docker pants on and you know what I mean? And some fucking penny loafers. It's very rare. They usually dress like, you know, street niggas. Tims and do-rags, you know what I mean? Pants, tight, they got the pants, they got the tight jeans hanging off their butts and whatnot. The sports bras always tight, always holding the boobs down, hoodies and shit. So he's like, yo, so that's a wall. They're protecting their I see it. I'm not judging sisters. There may be some sisters right now on the line. I'm not judging y'all. I'm just giving you an observation of what I see. We live in a world of perception. So when I see some of those sisters, I see two things. I see hurt and pain um, from some kind of trauma that may have inflicted them because some of them have not even blossomed into the flowers that they were born to be. That's what I see sometimes. Some of them look hardened and they look like they've been hurt and they don't look like they've been watered. They don't look like that flower has been watered. But then there's some of them that look very happy and they don't look like they've been hurt like that. So I'm not generalizing and putting everybody in one box. I'm just giving you a breakdown of some of the things that I see because I can't unsee it. Like everywhere that I go, I see this prototype. I see this archetype. You know what I mean? I see this type of woman walking around me. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Was I asleep for a year or something? Like, did I miss something? Where the fuck? Where did all of this shit come from? And another thing that I see is, you know, I also see women who are emulating the divine masculine principle to the point where they're beginning to become doppelgangers of men. They're like doppelgangers. It's almost like the fucking evil twin. It's like, they're walking like them, they're walking like men, they're dressing like men. You know what I mean? But when you close up on them, it's a goddamn lady. The shit is like the movie Us. You know, cloning, mimicking, and of course we know the whole theory about the age that we're in, and I guess it's because of the age that we're in. This is an age where the lines or the lines are blurred and shit like that. Like I said, I'm not judging. You know, I'm not judging. You know, but it's a level of neurosis because it's like here it is, and I can't necessarily say that they hate men because apparently, from the looks of things, they like the homie and the crew these days. It's a lot of AGs that surround themselves with a lot of men. You know, then there's also some of them that say that they don't like men. They're not attracted to men, but they dress like men and they look like them. It's like me saying, "Yo, I'm not into women," right? That's not my, I don't really, I don't have that magnetic attraction. But here it is. I'm stepping out in some fucking Christian Louis Vuitton pumps, some red bottoms. You know what I'm saying? I'm in some Jimmy Choos and whatnot. Nigga, why are you dressing like something that you're not attracted to? You don't see the neurosis in that? You don't see the fucking toxic masculinity in that? They talk about toxic masculinity. Nigga, what's more toxic than a nigga with a purse and some shoes on? And he can't even walk in them. I don't get it. Like I don't know why people are not being honest enough and saying, is there some kind of mental health going on? Like, could we examine the mind state or the what's going on with fam? That's not toxic. You feel me? That's not toxic to you. Like, I'm talking about full blown. They got the it's niggas with wigs and beards, bro. It's niggas with lace fronts sewn in. I'm talking about Hawaiian. They got silky Hawaiians and whatnot. And they in the beard gang at the same time. You gotta figure this shit, make your mind up, family. Are you in the fucking beauty pageant or are you in beard gang? What is it gonna be? These niggas, and don't talk to me about androgynous. We didn't like it's not that's not the, it's not even time for that. That shit was supposed to be ushered in like 2030. You're ahead of your time. It's not even your time. Like, what do you do? Like, I'm confused. So, face fully beat. Yeah, I'm talking eyebrows on fleek. You know what I'm saying? Foundation and all of that. Adam's apple. You got the shit foundation covering up the shadow. I mean, they going hard. They going hard to go after what, another man? It's just weird to me, man. It's I'm not in that world. I don't try to, interject too much thought into that world. I'm not in the K2 world. I'm not in the homeless world. I'm not into crackhead world. I'm not into the dope fiend world. You feel me? I'm not into the gang world. you know, I'm not into the LBGT world. There's many different worlds around us and around me every day. I live around Puerto Ricans. I'm not in the Puerto Rican world. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there in San Juan. I just mind my business. You feel me? But I'm never gonna tell you that I'm not a keen observer of everything around me. You understand? I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I don't play the position of the observer. I'm like an owl or a pigeon sitting on a branch. I just be watching shit. And especially when I used to be in Harlem, working in Harlem, that was the windows to the world. It was like an Instagram scroll. You have no idea the amount of debauchery that used to walk past that table every day for damn near 12 years for me. What did that do to my mind? Think about what that did to my mental health. I had to seek all kind of alternatives in order to. I had to go into I had to be. I had to be into solitary confinement to get my mind right from being traumatized and fucking inflicted with all of this, all kind of shit, coonery, buffoonery, debauchery, uh, you name it. I seen it in Harlem, just standing at that table innocently trying to get a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? So I just be observing, man. I just pay attention to shit, and shit look crazy to me. Shit just be looking crazy, and that's no offense. It just that's my observation. So me personally, I know women who are sexual preferences are other women, and I'm friends with them because I'm not judging them on their sexual preferences because I don't even want them. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I don't want them. It ain't like I'm jealous or nothing. I don't want them. You know, shit, I'm good. And you know, we not sitting around. You know, we might deal with other things. And like I said, I'm a teacher. So I'm always have to be ready for when the student appears. I'm not biased in my teaching. I don't know if people know that or not. Like if somebody pulls up to me and they want to learn from me or they want to know something, you know how many lesbians or bisexual people came up to me to talk about the Sabi diet or herbs or mama pill trying to help out because there was some kind of ailments. What do you think I'm gonna say? Oh nah, I ain't fucking with you. I can't help you out. No, I'm a teacher. I can't be biased in my teaching. I'm here to help the people. Here to help the people. When the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. I'll pop up. I'll pull up, and I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm rolling. But I would be fake if I will not if I feel uncomfortable saying what I observed. I don't give a fuck who's in the building. Cause I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna call you out your name. I've matured over the years. I learned not to insult. I don't have to insult anybody in order to teach them. I don't have to put nobody down. I don't have to. I'll drag you like a motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? And I'll clown you to death because I'm just, I grew up playing the dozens. That's what we do. If your skin ain't thick, then I don't know what to tell you. But you know, I got an Aries moon. I'm not here to be the judge and the jury, and I'm not here to call a fatwa on people in my community who may have been victims of heinous abuse, traumatization, molestation, and all kind of other things that are unfathomable because growing up in the 90s, because remember, I have a vantage point of I was in a time when this shit wasn't here. Like I said, when I was growing up, hip hop wasn't even here. It wasn't even accepted. It came on 1 hour in the night. We had to tape the shit on the radio, Mr. Magic, on our tape decks and whatnot. It was not accepted. It was not mainstream. Nigga was listening to fucking George Michaels. You know what I mean? We still listen to Friday Hot Tracks, fucking Cyndi Lauper. You know what I mean? Like we grew up listening to Michael Jackson, Prince, Luther Vandross, you know, all that shit. So when I was coming up, all of the fucking Joe from Facts of Life. That was the only lesbian that I knew. Remember Joe from Facts of Life? Yeah, Ralph McDaniels, Video Music Box. Ralph McDaniels is he should be Christian. He should be a billionaire because he was the one who he made hip hop what it is today. And Yo MTV Raps, that's cool, that's all right. But them niggas came later on in the game. Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Box is the father of this shit. He pushed that. He pushed that. So, like I said, I remember a day and time where it was not LBGT people who were of color like that. It was only white people in the village and a lot of Puerto Ricans. A lot of Puerto Rican girls was into eating box. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I remember. And there was a few melanated people here and there, but not the way that it is now. It's a whole nation. So I know something had to happen during the crack wars. I know something had to happen during the GMO wars. I know something had to happen during the silent weapons and quiet war. And this shit is something that came about. This is a motherfucking residue. This is the fallout of these eras and a lot of the chemical dependencies and things of that nature that was taking place during those times. So, like I said, I'm only here to teach. I'm only here to teach. I'm here to teach. I'm here to edify and to help people understand this world that we live in. I'm the red pill. So if you want to take the red pill, then you take the red pill. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, but I guess a lot of niggas was watching George Michaels and Boy George, and they wanted to be like them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was taking Prince literally. They was watching Prince and taking that nigga's outfits literally. You like, we were young, but we had the art of discernment. Like this little nigga, this short nigga right here is wearing stilettos, and his perm, his shit bouncing like my mama's. You feel me? He on his Calgon take me away shit, but I'm not dressing like that to get the ladies. You feel me? I watched Purple Rain the movie. I didn't want to get a motorcycle and pull up on Apollonia. You know what I mean? With the wild nut huggers and you know and all of that and the fucking ruffle shirt. I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like doing that. I was more into Run DMC. I wanted to wear tougher than leather. I wanted Adidas and shit. These niggas took it literally though. You know what I'm saying? These niggas took it literally. They listened to Luther Vandross and they cracked the code and we didn't crack the code. It's some niggas out there and Luther was singing to them and they let that nigga serenade them and they turned into, you know, little Luthers and whatnot. I didn't fall for that. I made it through. Slick Rick and motherfucking LL Cool J and the rest of the Def Jam roster, it helped me. It helped save me from the traps that they were laying out with the 80s R&B pop music. Cause niggas did get trapped in that. I promise you. Cyndi Lauper was turning, she had girls turning them, getting turned out. All of them gay singers from the 80s that niggas thought that they was singing to women, Freddie Jackson, Luther Van. No, they was singing to their guy. You know what I'm saying? Cameo, it tastes like candy. That nigga's wearing a big red fucking jock strap. Niggas bought into that. I'm convinced. You know what I'm saying? And then let's not talk about Africa Bambaataa and what was going on that end. So it's a lot of shit taking place, but you know, I ain't here to judge. H-Town knocking the boots. Somebody said, come on now, not Luther. Oh yeah, Madonna. Madonna was she was the thottis of all thottises. She ushered in trisexuality, not bisexuality. They was already bisexual. Madonna ushered in trisexuality, meaning that bitch will try anything. And it was a lot of women who were being influenced, and it was almost like the intrigue was being piqued in their minds, and then later on down the line through entertainment like movies and other little things, I guess they got pushed a little bit further into that motherfucking velvet room. You know what I'm saying? But shit, here we are. You know what I mean? Later on down the line, here we are. Look around, my niggas. You know what I mean? Smell the fucking air. Look at what you see. And it wasn't like that. For those who were born in the 90s, I'm here to let you know. Philip Moreland, Brother Red Pill, our community, the world was not proliferated with people living alternative lifestyles. And don't tell me that they was in the closet, my nigga, because it wasn't even that serious. It wasn't that. I don't know where that shit came from. What's up with that shit with Terry Crews? You know what's up with Terry Crews. You know what's up with Terry Crews. You know, so Hollywood, just in it of itself, what is it about the hills in Hollywood that compromise people's sexuality? What is it? What is it about cocaine that turns niggas into weird fucking sexual animals? What is it? Because everybody that I know that went to Hollywood came back Holly weird. There's nobody that made it out of Hollywood alive, my niggas. Facts. You name me one artist that made it out of Hollywood alive. Drugs do lower inhibitions. Yes, they do. And I guess cocaine will make a nigga touch his toes. That's why I don't never want to use it. There you all right. Well, Denzel, let's cross our fingers and pray to Oshun, Ogun, Obatala, and everybody, Black Jesus, Tyrone, everyone else, that we don't ever hear nobody, no tranny exposing Denzel Washington, right, as being one of the quote unquote hitters in the gay mafia. Don't be the Frank Nitty of the gay mafia. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying he might be the only one that made it out. So far, so good. Yeah, he been married to the same sister for a long time. I'm not gonna tell you the stories that I heard about him from a sister in Miami and how he get down because that nigga's still married. But he's you know, at the end of the day, he's still a heterosexual. Even after I tell the story, he's still, you know, he's still out there knocking them down. But I don't know who came out of Hollywood safe. Samuel Jackson. I don't know about that. Samuel Jackson. I haven't heard anything about Samuel Jackson. You feel me? But Samuel Jackson, he looked like he'll let a nigga eat his ass. You know what I mean? For a movie role. He do look like that kind. Like he'll let a nigga eat his ass. Real talk. And I'm not judging him or nothing, but he just don't, you know. He don't look like he, you know what I mean? He look like he's negotiable. Yeah, I don't know about Sammy. Yeah. Okay, Morgan Freeman. That's right. Morgan Freeman might have made it out. That nigga got to play God a few times in Hollywood. What was the fucking what was the bargain? Like, you know, you got to give something up to be God in Hollywood. They try to me too Morgan Freeman, remember? They try to me too Morgan Freeman, you know? Yeah, Jim Carrey, he ain't make it out, you know. Yeah, they accused Morgan Freeman. He that they try to me to him. Corey Holcomb said Morgan Freeman a Batiman. Damn, damn. Somebody said that I don't spread rumors. I don't like. I ain't chatty patty in it, but y'all might have to look into Corey. Go and tweet Corey Holcomb and ask him about Morgan Freeman because he has something to say about him. You know, Don Cheadle. You seen Don Cheadle in what was that? What was that movie with Dirk Diggler? Boogie Nights. That's one of my I like that movie. Wesley Pipes or Wesley Snipes? Which one? Somebody said Don Cheetos is compromised. Chris Tucker. Any nigga that goes to Jesus after Hollywood, you know what happened there. That nigga got wild religious. So we don't even need to talk about that. You feel me? Any nigga that becomes a preacher after Hollywood on some Mason Bethel shit, nigga, you don't have to be a genius to figure out what happened in that one. I mean, he might have seen some shit that he can't unsee. I won't consider Mike's Epps. I won't say like when I say Hollywood, I'm not saying that they were in the movies. I'm saying niggas that moved to Hollywood. It's a difference. I'm not talking about they just are in studio productions and you see them in the movies, but these niggas live in Chicago or they live in Texas or they live in New York. No, I'm talking about motherfuckers that moved into Hollywood, Calabas, motherfucking Paradise, California, and they try to live the Hollywood lifestyle, rubbing shoulders with these flaming hot Cheetos, gay motherfucking Jewish, Ashkenazi Khazars. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that. Yeah, please don't bring up Jamie Foxx. You know, not people who just be in Hollywood to get the check. I'm talking about when niggas move out there, they don't come back alive. They switch them up. They flip them and switch them. They don't come back alive. They're totally different. Paul Mooney, hmm, hmm. Shout out to Paul Mooney and the Mooney twins. I seen Paul when Paul Mooney lived in Harlem, he was trying to get at Mama Pill like his life depended on it. He used to chase my mama down. So, he might be trisexual. I don't know. But I know that he was trying to get Mama Pill. He was trying to, yeah, he was trying to be my stepfather for a minute, you know? Some niggas know how to jump in and out. They jump back and forth. Bernie Mac is dead. So I don't know about, like I said, Bernie Mac didn't make it out alive. He's not here with us, you know? DL Hewley, I don't think that he lives in Hollywood. Tyler Perry, come on, stop playing. Cat Williams, Cat Williams said Cat Williams is blowing the whistle. Cat Williams noodle is fried. Cat Williams is going through all Cat Williams went through a roller coaster ride in Hollywood. It destroyed him. Martin Lawrence, it destroyed him. They got destroyed. Tupac got killed in Vegas. Tupac didn't make it out to live and die in LA. Tupac did not make it out alive. I'm talking about niggas either died or they got flipped and turned out, and they're doppelgangers of their original selves. Somebody said Will Smith. Stop playing. DMX got turned out with the drugs and the crack and all of that. Like I said, at the end of the day, you don't know what happened to DMX in the crack dens in LA. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all just going on Google and pulling up every black name in the world I see. Niggas just throwing out mad names. The Wayan brothers. Stop. Come on. Stop playing. The Wayan brothers. That nigga will give you a lap dance if, the Wayan brothers. What about Avant? I don't know. Ain't he sick? I said with DMX, I'm not saying that DMX is into any kind of weird shit, but I said that DMX is a flaming crackhead and a dope fiend. And when you have situations with crackheads and dope fiends who are compromised, who, like they said, your inhibitions are lowered, I don't know what the fuck can happen to you. You don't know what will happen with somebody who's on all kind of mind altering drugs and whatnot. You don't know. You don't know. And what I'm saying is be careful not to name people who just was in a movie in Hollywood. I'm speaking about brothers who moved to Hollywood. Most of them niggas got white wives. Those kind of individuals that I'm speaking about, the ones who lived the Hollywood life, who went up in the motherfucking hills and never came down as the same person. Bill Bellamy. Bill Bellamy? You know? Yeah, Avant said he has 6 months to live. Somebody could hit Avant and tell him to you know, maybe we can help him. Maybe he could be helped. Maybe he could be helped. You feel me? Nah, I don't know about Ice T. I don't know about Ice T, the cop killer who became a cop. Don't even bring up Eddie Murphy. I'm not one to talk, but everybody knows about Eddie Murphy. You feel me? That's not even a secret. You know what I'm saying? Like that's yeah. But anyway, I am going to we're gonna be. What about Cuba Gooding? Come on, fam. Niggas go to Hollywood, and I mean, let's just talk about the moist factor. You feel me? Let's just talk about the moist factor. Let's just talk about. I haven't seen a nigga go to Hollywood and get tougher than he was before he went to Hollywood. How about that? How about niggas don't become more masculine in Hollywood? How about I've never seen a nigga go to Hollywood and be timid and then come out and he's mad tough. Like, yo, I'm a real man. Niggas don't get, there's no alpha juice in Hollywood. Niggas don't become more alpha. They might work out for a role in a movie and get buff and whatnot. But how many niggas went to Hollywood and then they on the E carpet and they like, yo, how do you feel about this? Yo, fuck that shit, nigga. West Side, bitch. Like, how many niggas is thugged out? How many niggas get more masculine in Hollywood? None. None that I know. See, yeah, like I said, you just can't name any black person who made a movie because that's not what I'm talking about. If you live in LA or if you're from those areas, you know who lives out there because you see them around and you know who's a resident of LA. It's certain niggas that do movies and they don't live in LA. Don't think every black person who makes a black movie is a resident of LA. Oh, they coming after Michael B. Jordan. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't know what's going on with The Rock. You know what I mean? What The Rock is cooking, but he's gotten a little moist. Shout out to Idris. That nigga don't live in Hollywood. Idris does not live in Hollywood from what I know. He be moving around across the pond. How would I handle Hollywood if you lived there? Nigga, I would stay to myself more than likely. You know what I'm saying? I would do the work, I would make my films, and I would try to keep it very local. You know what I'm talking about? And I would have a support team with me, and all of my thoughts would get flued out. How about that? I don't want to deal with nothing in Hollywood. It's a tranny epidemic. All of my shorties, all of my thoughts will get flued out. I wouldn't pick them up Ascos. That's how I would handle it. Somebody said, "What about Snoop?" Somebody said, "What about Snoop?" I don't know about Snoop. You know, I know that Snoop is not the same Snoop that came out in 1993. I mean, you got to grow and mature and everything, but Snoop he's been domesticated. Snoop has been domesticated. Snoop he's a magical Negro. He's chilling with Martha Stewart. He's a safe Negro. So when I say moist, I'm not necessarily saying gay. Like, let's use terminology correctly. I'm just saying that niggas get domesticated. They neuter niggas in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, they neuter. They'll clip your fucking. If your nuts are hanging too low, they will clip your nuts and you will get neutered. So what I'm saying is, people go into this Hollywood lifestyle and they come back to their hoods mad soft, moist, compromised, neutered, domesticated. It's almost like if you take a lion out of the Serengeti and you send that nigga to the zoo and then you send him back to the Serengeti like the nigga and like the lion in Madagascar. Remember Madagascar? The lion was acting moist. He was dancing he was dancing like a thot. He was doing he was twerking. Remember Madagascar? Anybody that got children, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Niggas get domesticated. Yeah, they get castrated. So that's all I'm saying. And you can't undomesticate. Once a nigga gets domesticated, you cannot go back to like like your raw self. You can't go back to your primal fucking self. How many niggas that you know, like Charlie Murphy, he had a primal energy. And I don't know if he got domesticated or not. I know he's dead though. Rest in peace to him. Let me use another energy. There's certain people that just have a real primal energy. Not to say that they're thugs, not to say that they're gangsters, not to say that they're, killers and all of this stupid shit. They just have a primal alpha energy. Like, yo, I'm cool. I'm not out, but I smack fire out of you if you get out of line. Like, don't grab my nuts on some Terry Crews shit. You know what I mean? I know Terry Crews probably was primal before he went to Hollywood. Did you see the old picture? We had the flat top and he was with his wife who looks like his brother. He looked, he looked moist back then. Let me keep it real. I can't even use him as an example. But certain people got that primal energy. And somehow when they get into Hollywood and they get around Hollywood, what about Safari? And they get around Hollywood, they got they lose that primal energy. That shit gets softened and compromised, and it gets moist. Why y'all keep saying Jim Brown? Isn't that the same person that pulled up to the Trump White House and was cozying up with Ronald McDonald? Like, what are you talking about? And he was saying Trump is good for the people. And once again, I know there's some Trumpers out there. You niggas have been compromised. I said it when Trump got elected that the only thing black people are gonna do is conform. Now that he beat his case, you know how niggas are. It's a bunch of niggas wearing red hats this 2012. You're gonna see it. I promise you. It's gonna be a lot of niggas compromised wearing that red hat, MAGA hat, because niggas is dick riders. And they run behind a hype. So prepare yourself for that. You know what I mean? But that was some cool shit on Jim Brown's behalf. And I like Jim Brown. I think he's a man's man. You feel me? But that nigga got compromised. In order to go to the White House and sit with Trump, nigga, you got compromised. That's some moist shit. Is he? Yeah. I mean, y'all could kiss 2020 goodbye. It will definitely be Donald Trump once again in a fucking landslide. They have not produced anything on the Democratic side that could even run for governor. You know what I mean? Them niggas are so void of personalities and talking points. They don't got Baron Trump has more swag than these niggas. Kamala and Cory Booker. Baron Trump could beat these motherfuckers on a stump on a campaign stump. Nigga, Melania Trump could beat these niggas and get back in the White House. Like, they don't have no charisma. Cory Booker running around with Rosario Dawson. Like, nigga, why don't you just get a Facebook? Why don't you get a show on Facebook like the Smiths and whatnot, like Red Table, and you could fucking celebrate you and your non-ADOS boo. Then you got Kamala Harris twerking a Cardi B. This fucking she's a fucking piece of work. You know what I mean? She sounds like my probation officer. Every time I hear her on the fucking internet, I gotta look around and shit and turn it off. The bitch sound like a parole officer. And then Bernie, Weekend at Bernie's, you know what I mean? He's probably being propped up. You know what I mean? Bernie's like 95 and shit. Looking like, you know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And then there's all of these other misfits and offshoots and whatever they could dig up. Whatever they could dig up. You know what I'm saying? These are not contestants. These people are not contestants. They don't have anything for Donald Trump. They don't got nothing for Donald Trump. So he's gonna mosey his way on in. The swag on the campaign trail is gonna be on one trip. I might even go to a rally and watch niggas get beat up. You feel me? I might go on whiteface and protect myself. But that shit is one for the record books. He's gonna be acting a fool on the campaign trail, Donald Trump, now that he's been exonerated. And I told my father, I told the audience in Black Magic 363. I don't think I was even doing Melanin Monday at that point. But I said, if you niggas for 1 minute think that Robert Mueller, this same motherfucker who came up with the black identity, this is a Fed who comes from the same department of J. Edgar Hoover. If you think the same prosecutor who drew up the black identity extremists, because it was Robert Mueller that created the black identity extremists, if you think that that man is going to indict or do anything to Donald Trump, I got a bridge in Brooklyn that I want to sell you niggas. They are all in the collusion is all of them work together. The collusion is the media is a bunch of bandwagon dick riders and they work for Trump, and Robert Mueller works for Trump, and the feds and all of them it was all to take America. How long has niggas been distracted waiting for Robert Mueller to indict or to impeach? You know what I'm saying? It ain't working. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Build the wall. You niggas better get out before the wall goes up, because it's going down. He's gliding into dictatorship. He's gliding into plutocracy. He's gliding into a fucking a technocrat. You know what I mean? He's moving fastly in that direction, and all of his corporate cronies and whatnot. They're going to act a fool for the next 5 years up in this bitch. So that's why I'm saying it's time to stop playing. It's time to stop lollygagging. It's time to stop pump faking. The Facts 2020 is out. You know, the first part at least. The first part of it, which is only an intro, is 3 hours long. It's on Black Magic 363 Patreon. I'm going to be doing something on this channel soon. I'm going to be campaigning. I'm getting on the fucking road to bring this solution-based initiative all around America. Because if I don't, who will? I'm not sitting around waiting for nobody else to do nothing. I ain't sitting around waiting. I ain't waiting for no niggas to open up no institutions. I'm not waiting for no lectures. I'm not waiting for no documentaries. I'm not waiting for nobody's Instagram status updates. That's not gonna do it for me. I have my ambitions are bigger than all of these niggas. So I'm gonna do what I've been sent here to do, and you know, and for the people who it resonates with, who it's meant for, because it's not for everybody. Because the initiative and the network that we're building, it requires that each individual do work. It requires that each individual pull their own weight. It requires for individuals to be in an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur mind state, meaning that the FACTS, which is an acronym for food, art, clothing, technology, and shelter, each one of those acronyms have their own platform. But in order to be a part of that platform, you have to be doing something within that platform. So we're appealing to the people who are out here with small businesses and they're entrepreneurs and they have startups, but they don't have any network. They don't have any support. They don't have a support system. They don't have financing. They don't know how to get microloans. They don't have a consumer base or a marketplace in which to put their products and their services. That's what we're building. So game time is over. I'm just waiting out this year. I want 2020. I'm going to go with the energy of 2020, and that's what I'm going to run with. But for 2019, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing pop-ups and motherfucking campaigning. I'm doing workshops, and I'm taking this Facts 2020 on the road. I might even pop up across the pond on you niggas. You feel me? And we working on some music and some films and a documentary and a book and an ebook and some other things in the clothing line. But that's it. So, you know, With that being said, once again, love and light to the family. I respect all of y'all. And like I said, I started this program off by just sharing with the people my condolences that I was sending to the family of the brother Tech Nine, the battle rapper, not the rapper out of wherever the fuck he's from. What, Kansas? Um, and I'm encouraging every single person that can hear this, that's going to encounter this later on in the replay on YouTube, on the channel Know the Ledge Media. Make sure y'all sign up and subscribe to this channel right now and hit the notification, right? Gang gang. I was saying to the family to make sure you make every day count. Make sure you make every shot hit. Make sure you learn the lessons that life is teaching you while you're here having this human experience as a spiritual being, because we're not promised every single day. We're not promised. I don't care how strong you think a person look. I don't care how happy they are on Instagram. You know what I'm talking about? I don't care how lit you think a nigga Melanin is. Motherfuckers are dying in their sleep. Big niggas is dropping in the gym. Football players is dying on the field. Basketball players is dying after the dunk, my nigga. Talk to me. And I'm not here to fear monger. I'm here to say live your life, bro. Live your life, sis. Stop waiting on somebody else to determine how you gonna. Don't live vicariously through nobody on YouTube. You do it your fucking self. Don't live vicariously through the fucking the flat tummy T shorties on Instagram. You know what I mean? Because they selling a bunch of flat tummy tea and waist trainers. That don't got nothing to do with you. What are your dreams? If you're not being inspired by them, what are you following them for? What are you giving them your light? What are you giving your attention? You have your time is precious. We're living in a quickening. Time is running the fuck out for a reason. We don't have 24 hours anymore. Did you notice that? That shit is gone. So it's time to figure out why are we here? What are we here to do? If y'all are listen, if I'm vibrating, if you're on the frequency, then you're different. You're not like the population. You're not like everybody else. You are special. So you have to ask yourself, what am I here to do? Why am I here? Maybe you might be here to prepare the motherfucking plate for your seed or for somebody who's gonna come behind you. Maybe your job is just to stay in, is to carve out a lane that somebody else is gonna come and ride down and tear this shit up. Like Tupac said, I might not change the world, but I'm damn sure gonna inspire the one that's gonna come and change it. So let's all continue searching. I don't have the answers. I said all of that shit, and I don't know. I really don't know what the fuck I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I have an idea, but I'm still searching. You feel me? But in the meantime, I'm gonna procreate. I'm gonna recreate myself. And the two children that I already have, I'm going to make sure that they're greater than me. I'm gonna try everything in my powers to make sure that they don't suffer like me. You feel me? And that's what it is. And it don't got nothing to do with age. A lot of y'all don't know how lucky that y'all have it, that you got consciousness at 18 and 19 and 20 years old. We was not that fortunate. You have a fucking heads, you have a cheat code. You are getting high level motherfucking shit that's past Harvard. You're downloading Harvard, Yale level information. Not for me. You know, my shit is like third grade. I'm talking about just overall. You know what I'm saying? You're getting high level information, and knowledge is power. It's not money, right? It's not the size of your phallus. You feel me? It's not the size of your derriere. You dig what? It's not your credit score. Knowledge is power. You niggas you're gaining power as teenagers. You're receiving power as young adults. Do something with it. Do something with it. Because we didn't have it like that. Do something with it, because you niggas, you got the fucking, you have access to master teachers, nigga. You could slide in a master teacher's DM and say some slick shit to them. I never had that opportunity when I was younger. I never had that. None of us coming up as students, we couldn't even talk to some of the master teachers. We had to fucking stay in line, bro. We couldn't even conversate with them like that. They wouldn't even talk to us. Because you had to prove yourself. After you proved yourself as a worthy student, then maybe you would be a part of that inner circle and they would kick it with you. But niggas are inbox, yo, I'm having a headache, red pill. What do you suggest I do? Nigga, smoke some weed. I don't know. What the fuck? What do I look like? Dr. Roof, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, you have access. You could contact people. You could reach out to people. You could fucking poke a teacher. You could get on you could get on Facebook and start poking niggas. Like, we didn't have that opportunity. And I don't think I think because people have easy access, they don't value the teachers, or they don't value the people, or they don't value, you know, they're not valued. People are not valued the same anymore. And I mean, I guess that's the sign of the times. We have to adjust. I whatever. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But take advantage of it, and don't just sit around and thinking that this is some regular shit, because it's not. You are in a special time. You are in a precarious time. You might be so, you might just feel like you're entitled to be in this time, and this is how things supposed to be, and this is what you know what I mean. This is what this is what they owe you. Nobody owes you nothing. You could have been a knuckle dragon. You could have been, you know what I mean, completely zombied out, dead, with no light, with your junk DNA non-activated, my nigga. You could have been still sipping on fucking Slurpees and whatnot, eating McDonald's fries, enjoying shit burgers. Nobody owes you anything. You came up. You got lucky. You hit a lick. You hit a lick and you reincarnated in a time and an epoch and a time space continuum where you were in what is known as the age of Aquarius. Relishing this shit. Relishing it. Do something. Disrupt this motherfucking system with this knowledge that you got. If you're not a disruptor, what are you doing? If you're not disrupting this shit, you're not doing anything. That's a fact. This is the age of entrepreneurship, and this is the age of the disruptors. Look it up. And if you're not disrupting the matrix, or if you're not disrupting the way the waves, the motherfucking the quantum waves, if you're not disrupting this and shaking shaking the pillars of the matrix, you just mentally masturbating. You wasting time. You just yanking on another nigga's wood. You just bandwagon, probably, parakeeting and riding behind somebody else. You feel me? You should check yourself. Because that's not what you were sent here to do. You did not incarnate to be a fucking parrot and parakeet the words of another man or woman in these days and times. Take the lead. Grab this bitch by the horns and steer it. Okay? Live that life. Become that shit. Become consciousness. Become the knowledge. Become the information. Become the light. You can do it. You can do it. So, yeah, Raspberry Pi can disrupt. If you a maker, if you a creator, if you're an artist, you don't have to be a revolutionary, because there's no, like, I don't even know what that word means, because I'm not here to revolve. I'm an evolutionary. I'm here to grow. You could be a poet and disrupt shit. You could be a code developer and make some kind of app that's going to disrupt something that's old fashioned and analog. So many ways, man. So many ways. Gotta shake this shit up, bro. We gotta shake this shit up. This era, like I said, 2020 is a whole new era. It's a whole new epoch. We're in the throes of the book end of a whole fucking 400-year time continuum or a period and whatnot. We have to get on something new. We got to do something that hasn't been done. When 2020 comes around, it's going to hit differently. Facts. Super facts. So, once again, I enjoyed everybody's company tonight. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And we will continue this conversation on Thursday. You feel me? There's no shortage of cloth. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga got barrels of it. You know, we're out here cutting patterns. Yeah, twin pillar with the chinchilla. And Blue Pill will be in the building tomorrow. Check him out. KT will be decoding the Us movie on his Patreon, ktthearchdegree.com. That's also tomorrow. Check it out. And love and light. Thank you, everybody on the Cash App. I appreciate every single one